welcome to a special Tuesday edition of the Commentary Zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, tell a friend. On the docket today, we have Sister Wives Season 19, Episode 24, Blessed Are Those Who Mourn. This, oh my God, I will say, TLC is doing the business with these episodes. I have my snot rags ready, and it is almost great television until like certain aspects come up, and it's just like you sit there and you go, one of these things don't belong.
I'll say this.
Because everybody else is talking in one narrative, and then you've got someone else who's just off on a different tangent.
Right. Here's the thing. I don't give TLC a lot of credit for anything this past few years. Not much at all. -2%.
Mm-hmm.
But this episode was so good, I only found one flaw. And that
Mm-hmm.
one flaw was Robin talking. And here's the thing, and I say that because, and I'm going to include Cody in this.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, I want to start with this. I love that it was very Janelle focused, as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved I really loved it. With some
Yeah,
Christine because it makes sense because Christine helped raise those kids. Let's,
but even
I
Mary
love
made sense.
oh yeah, I was getting to Mary too.
Yeah.
And then Mary, she made sense because she's been the OG3
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. You know,
Yes.
and Cody, being the grieving father, even my heart broke a little bit for Cody, just a little bit, like like the bottom 0.1% broke for him, and I could feel it. With
Mm-hmm.
Janelle, I could feel it. With Christine, I could feel it. With Cody, I could feel it. When Robin's and Mary, I could really feel it. I wasn't expecting to feel so much from Mary, but she's
Mm-hmm.
the OG3. She was there.
Mm-hmm.
But when Robin would speak, sorry,
You
but
okay?
see how Robin did that to me?
Yes.
Um, it didn't seem genuine. It did
Yeah.
not come across the same warmth.
Uh-oh. Jamal, get a glass of water. We need you today.
Uh, oh,
That's the evil Robin.
yeah, she thinks that I come across as genuine with everyone else. That's really what it is.
Okay, so let's just say hi to everybody. Avoiding eye contact. I take it back, notified. I know. We were a little late today. I'm sorry. Let's see. Hi, Wendy. Robin left the whole time. I thought that there was a perpetual smirk on her face, and I really did not like her saying, "Oh, we had Garrison as a passenger in the car."
I want to
Bitch,
throw my
prove it.
phone.
Bitch, prove it. I don't think Cody took that urn. He said, "I gave the urn to one of my family to hold until I was ready to
To
pick
hold. To
a
hold.
delivery pizza or something."
Thank
So
you.
offensive. And she's saying, "Oh, and he was like a passenger in the car." Fuck you, Robin. I said I was gonna try to be nice to them. And I know you said that you felt something for Cody.
Yes.
I started to. And then he kept talking. And that's where I just lost any sort of compassion for him whatsoever, because I wrote in, I don't know if you guys watch her, the Sarah Fraser show. She has been rambling on and on about this.
Who
You
is in it?
know, huh?
Who's been rambling?
Sarah Fraser.
Who's
She's a
she?
chick out of LA. She does podcasts. She used to be a radio DJ and stuff like that in DC. And she gets like people to go to the Coyote Pass property and like look around.
Oh.
her stuff. Like
Gotcha.
everything that we would not do on this channel, she does.
Oh,
Uh,
she with the shits basically.
yes, and she gets, supposed this exclusive information on them and stuff like that. Good on her. But she has been this pseudo apologist for Cody, saying
Mm.
how, what else do you want Cody to do? Fucking take ability and say, I am sorry that I have destroyed an entire family with multiple children and still have not made any improvements in the years since my son tragically passed. What else does Cody have to do? Take accountability. That's it. And apologize. And I want to see it on camera. And I want to see real change in this person. And I don't know why she always leave out Robin, but I want to see the same thing for her. I don't get it. I don't get it. Mary helped raise and homeschool them too. Yep. Hi, Brian. So tired of Robin looking to the sky. I wish bird poo would fall from the sky. Good one. Um, Wendy says, I felt for Cody last week, but this week he just bragged. Not only that, did y'all? I had to respond back to Sarah Fraser, and I was like, he was talking in useless parables that made no sense to anyone. When was he going to have a real emotion? Like the closest he came to accountability was sitting by the fire. But as that scene went on, it just looked staged. Then this time, he was in a confessional and he actually choked up. And when it first happened, I was like, oh my. But by the end of it, it was staged. I don't understand how every single mom, with the exception of Robin, came up here and spoke to us in their confessionals about Garrison, the cute little boy who was inquisitive, always looked after his younger siblings, was studying to be a nurse, who had problems, but he was still loved, who can make everybody feel welcome no matter what. Like we learned all of that from these women who were his moms. And his siblings who came up there, bless her heart, Savannah came up and she had something sweet to say about him. And Gabe, I want Gabe to stop coming on this TV because this poor child, I don't have any kids myself, but this poor child, Gabe, you have done your duty. Don't come back on these people's screen no more. I'm just saying. When they started talking about the kitty cats, and then when we went to the Humane Society, I mean, it was so heart-wrenching. And yes, the one thing I did agree with Cody on was the lost potential. I agreed with Christine. We never going to get to see his wedding. He's never going to be Peyton's best man. Like all of these human things about this individual. And what did we get from Cody and Robin? A road trip to a town that is a mile away from where the rest of the family was. And that is why what Mary said to me struck me really deep, because she said everybody got together except for the one. And it could have been applied, she was talking about Garrison, but as I watched this episode, to me, that had a double meaning. Everybody had assembled except for one, Cody. Because we ain't fucking counting Robin. Cody. They are all assembled to honor and respect their fallen sibling and child. And he's off gallivanting, being a fucking tour guide in a town an hour away with his other family. I wrote that down to Sarah Fraser. I was like, what are you talking about? If I could find my post, I'll read it out to you. But it was just it. I just it couldn't comprehend for me. I'm sorry. Um, you like Sarah Fraser? Sometimes I like her, but when it comes to her commentary on these last two episodes, I think she's missed the mark. I really do. I think she's a Cody apologist, and she asked what more we want, and a lot of people said in her comment section, accountability, accountability. Wendy says Robin has yet to shed a tear. I'm done with her. She is physically incapable of shedding tears. But you know what? What if this was one of her kids? What if this was one of her kids? God forbid, but what if this was one of her kids? I wonder how she'd be behaving then. But this also shows us that she never had any relationship with the other children. Never. Because if you look at Mary, they always said to her, oh, you only got one kid. You only got one kid. But she is showing more emotion and more genuine feeling than Robin. I don't know.
I see your post. I found your
What?
post. I found your post.
Oh, you did? Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Let me read it out.
I think I was
Okay.
respectful.
Okay. Here's what Debbie said on Sarah Fraser podcast. She says, I think you give Cody too much grace. There are times where I do feel sorry for him. However, I primarily see a man that's trying to make this devastating situation about himself. Excuse me. I don't see where he's actually taking any accountability for how he's destroyed his relationships with his children. Worst of all, I don't think he's tried to repair those relationships in the years since. The OG3 and Garrison siblings shared genuine feelings and emotions. Cody was a tour guide in a town that was an hour away from where the family was gathered. I don't believe that Cody brought the remains to Wyoming. Cody spent these last two episodes talking in worthless parables and looking for viral moments, and it all fell flat for me. Gabriel summed it up for me. Garrison was a true gentleman, and these last two episodes showed me that Cody will never be one. And someone actually replied to your comment saying, totally agree, and saying that Cody said it best by saying life would be forever changed by losing Garrison, but that they could find a way to move forward. Exclamation points. I think Cody and Robin moved forward a long time ago. With,
Mm-hmm.
with total disregard for any of the pain they were so obviously causing the OG children, and particularly Garrison, beyond appalling. And someone under that said agree. So that was your post.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that gentleman part. I was so pissed when I was watching her. And I just like slammed it out. But I was trying to be nice about it. But yeah, Cody's behavior. And the thing is, if because I also watch this guy, Peter watches TV, and he agreed with me because I saw him the night that I sent that post in the morning, and I saw him the night, and he's like, I don't understand, like how he's walking through these episodes. His I don't know, his how he's portraying himself is so different from how the other people are portraying themselves and what they're sharing. And he's like, if Janelle and Cody had like final approval on the episodes regarding Garrison, like how could he have thought this looked good?
Right.
And it is because he's a total narcissist. Like I used to hesitate using that word, but come on now. Who thinks showing himself well in these two episodes so far? I don't get it. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I wanted to say this. Dr. Kirk Honda from Psychology in Seattle refuses to acknowledge. Really? I tried to listen to him years ago, like when the panty first started, and I couldn't do it. So like I don't like how I think he's a little boring, even though we might be boring too, but he didn't catch my attention. I'll put it like that. So I never really watched him, but I'm very surprised. How could a psychologist think that they've done nothing? That's weird.
Hey, I'll be right
Um,
back. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
OG 13 spent whole summers in Wyoming Ranch, yet Robin's kids never went till their 20s, and only because of this. Yeah, I think she was lying. She said that for the past few years, we've been trying to come out here once a year. I feel that's a lie because she was telling us the panty rules. Like, is she forgetting all of the rules that she put in place with cup of noodles, to separate the family? She's lying, in my opinion. Sorry, in my opinion. Okay, let's go through this. Ryan says, I don't know why, but Robin's older girls always with this unit and not having their own lives like the other legal adult children annoys me. Yes, yes. Oh, it's well, I guess they just need room and board at this point. Um, Gabe breaks my heart. That poor boy. Yes, Wendy. Mary did break. She did. I Gabe. I don't know what else to say about him. I think he like, sweetheart, please do not come back on this TV. I love you to bits, but I do not want to see you crying anymore. Oh, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, I was
Um,
trying to see you off with Gabe because I'm like, I can't do it with you, sir. Because he's one. I just feel for him.
I think, hold on, did I? Oh, I do have some. I do have. I wonder if this will come up. No, I have to. Y'all know I took snapshots. I took screenshots. So as we go through it, we can. I'll try to pull them up. I'm so disorganized today. Oh my god. So Jamal, where do you want to start? Like in chronological order?
I think with this episode, that's the easiest.
Okay. So we opened this episode. Hold on. We opened this episode with Janelle and her family in North Carolina. Um, I think they were at the table saying grace before a meal, and they are now trying to put. It's been a few weeks after what happened, and he's been cremated, and they're planning for his homecoming in Wyoming. Um, I, I, this is what I have to say about her being with Maddie. I like the sense of normalcy this gives her, and the opportunity to be distracted and giving her something to do, like take care of her daughter, her son-in-law, and the grandkids, and keeping her occupied, because I think Janelle needs that. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, she really does. It keeps her from like slipping into areas of her mind where she might go down a rabbit hole. And then also, if she's distracted with family and doing things for her family, I think it keeps her from having to try to not think about it versus naturally having things to do where your mind is naturally occupied.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm grateful that she has, this rock to hold her down, Maddie, to hold her down. Wendy says if he had shown them Garrison's favorite places in the town or said how they chose his name or anything regarding him, it'd be fine, but he only spoke about himself. Yes, it was nauseating listening to him. Um, and we also saw Now remember, she said that they were planning um, the next event to honor him, and then she told us about the cemetery that he will be right next to her mom, and it has beautiful views. I love this. I love this. This is kind of like where I buried my mom, but just not in this country and no American flag, but it has beautiful views um, over a cliff out to the ocean. So yeah, this is beautiful.
It
So
really is. That's what struck me. I'm like, damn, this is gorgeous.
yeah, yeah, it's really nice. And at least she knows he won't be alone.
Right.
Because that was what I wanted. My cousin, my younger cousin, passed the year before my mom. So we were lucky enough to find a spot next to her. And so the two of them are there together. Um, so they're talking about that. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's
Um,
okay. It's okay. It's okay. We understand. Believe me, we understand.
yeah. And then we see a clip where Cody is like, to me, it came over like he was instructing us on grief, on the process of grief. And I was just like, the grief is different for everybody. Like, just say how it is for you.
Right.
I don't know. He just came over as such a pompous ass.
I think it's because the way he spoke, it was like he started okay in the beginning of the episode. Like he was okay, but it's just like you. I think with him and Robin, maybe I'm looking at this wrong. I think the issue here is that where the I felt the other scenes were more organic and more to the heart. I think you mentioned it earlier that his
Mm-hmm.
scenes and Robin's felt very produced, like very detached. Like this is what I did to get over. Basically, it came across as like this is what I did to get over it. It's like, really? Okay.
It just didn't make any sense to me at all. Hey Tracy, welcome, welcome. Um, thanks, love bug. Um, oh, thank you. Ryan says this sacred cow family road trip seemed so tone deaf of Cody and Robin. They could have done this part on the way back from the memorial. No, they needed to do it on the way so that they can cement the lie that they had Garrison with them. And I firmly believe that they did not. I don't listen. If Robin is not letting Garrison's picture inside her main house, she sure enough is not bringing his body to Wyoming. She's not. And especially since she's so devoted to this religion and they don't believe in cremation, she's not gonna do that. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I don't believe it. Peter, yes, Peter watches TV. He's so funny. I love him screaming. Sorry, I'm screaming, but he kind of makes you want to scream. Um, he's funny. Um, Cody and Robin are the literal definition of narcissism, and they check every box. Yeah. Pop Psych and Wife are critical. Yes, I can watch them. I can watch them. Um, let's see. So Caleb's trying to take time off once they figure out the dates, and they're going to take him home. And she said that no, I think it was Maddie said that the ranch in Wyoming is the closest thing that they have to, like, what did she say, to roots. For their family, they went every summer learning how to work the ranch. Free child labor. Why not? If you have 13 of them, put them to work. Um, It's also a big reunion time for people who are originally from the town. They come back every summer for family reunions, so it'll be good. Um, Chanel also says that despite all the flaws with the adults, they have raised beautiful kids. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. Because none of them have wound up in jail. They're all hardworking adults and they're just trying to live their best lives. They did well, unlike the Duggars.
For all the kids that they have and all the issues that they had, they did really a good job raising those kids. They could have turned out any kind
Yes.
of which way, but they all came out really fine.
Yes.
How many are
Hi,
there?
Ethel. Welcome, welcome. She thinks we've forgotten. We haven't. I understand why he's not making a full heart effort to now spend the time with his other children. He just has Robin and those kids. He's made it very clear that's all he cares about. That's so sad. So sad. Oh, hold on. Cootie. Remember when we used to call him Cootie? Cootie can't read the room. No one likes him. He's the epitome of a narcissist. Um, because he doesn't care. He has his sacred cow, and that's all that matters. I want to see that sacred cow bring him to his knees. At this point, after these two episodes, I want to see her bring him to his knees. Janelle is so lost. I don't know how she functions. Child. Did y'all see Peyton's video for Mother's Day? No. Wait, did he go off on a tangent, Tracy? Janelle's sister. Oh. It just frustrates me that he doesn't get it. Thank you guys. My dad a few weeks. My stepsister did not bury my dad. My mom. It was hard. Hugs. Oh my goodness. Hugs to you, Ethel. Thank you, Tracy. They all stroked his ego for decades. That's why he's so conceited and thinks his way is the only way. Agreed. Agreed. Because she had no POA over him. I couldn't do anything. Oh, she had no power of attorney. Oh, I didn't know. Power of attorney is very important. I had that over my mom. It's very important. It's crazy. Is this a new production team this year? Because they aren't editing Cody and Robin well, although they can only do so much with the source material. Now, yes, Ryan. I think over the last 2 to 3 seasons, we've had a new production company. So the old production company that had all of us fooled and spinning a narrative that this was the most fabulous family ever, and polygamy can work, and it's all for the children and all of that. Well, that shit all fell apart during the panty. And this production company actually shows Robin and Cody as they truly are. And I feel like they are the most difficult to work with because they offer the least and probably demand the most, you know? Yeah, show our love and hugs for Ethel. I know I'm probably like far back, but in the chat, I can't stand Robin. Oh my God, she's nerve wracking. Yes, she is. I wish a very, very happy Mother's Day to almost every mother out there. Peyton said in the clip while sitting in the driver's seat of a car, not every single mother. There's at least one. Peyton, oh my God. Then she says, I'm not wishing happy Mother's Day because I'm a butt muncher sometimes. Oh my God. Tracy, she knows who she is. Oof. Peyton is trying to save his image from that last cameo he did. Oof. Peyton Peyton is like that goofy dog with long ears that trips over like Dumbo. Like Dumbo tripping over his ears all the time. That's how I see Peyton. One of these days he'll grow up. One of these days. Um his image. Oh, okay, okay. Isn't Tim Gibbons gone? The one who was close? Yes, yes. So his production company came out around the same time. This show and The Duggars came out around the same time, and it was supposed to normalize these uh, how should I put this? It was supposed to normalize these type of religious um,
That is true.
situations,
That is
and
true.
they were spinning a narrative that it's okay for a wife to have at least 20 pregnancies until the point that her uterus is falling out and she can't have any more kids, or like this where it's okay to have like 4 wives. It's all a part of like treating women like chattel, like brood mares, and not giving them the respect they deserve. So it was spinning a narrative to normalize these alternative lifestyles. That's what I'm looking for. And
Yeah.
so he has left. And so we seeing it all now. We seeing it all. Um, and that was
So wait,
said, huh?
what do you think? So with that, like, I think what that was their goal though. When you remember, I way back when they first did,
Mm-hmm.
like, was it episode 1? They were
Mm-hmm.
like, um, we're coming out because we want to like show people like this is not as weird. This is not that.
Mm-hmm.
We want to show you like this is like, how a
Yeah.
functioning family can do that. They weren't trying to normalize it. They just didn't want it to be seen
No,
as
they wanted to legalize it too. Don't
yes,
forget
they
those
did. That
early,
is true.
yep, those early seasons. That was all about legalizing it. And at
And
one
Utah in
point,
Utah. Yep.
yep, they wanted Cody to run for office. It was all going down that way. But little did they know that he was a baboon's backside and couldn't focus on one thing for more than 30 seconds.
True.
Um, Thank you, avoiding eye contact. Love you. What did he say in his last cameo? There's nothing normal either of these, in my opinion. You are correct, Ethel. The doctors actually make Cody look like great
They
parents.
do though.
Not
They
really.
do.
Not really.
Yes,
Not
they
with that
do.
oldest boy who's in jail. Eh,
The
great.
Duggars? No, I said no. The Duggars. They said look, compared to the Duggars, Cody and Robin are great parents, and I would
Oh,
have to agree with that. When you compare the
really
two,
though?
I mean, have you seen? The Duggars are
Really? But no, I think
child.
that they are running neck and neck. I'm sorry. I
I,
think they're running neck and neck.
I don't think any of the Browns have had their like the police come to their business and go through their computers, find CP, confiscate all the electronics. I don't think any of the Brown kids have saved their own siblings. I don't. Yeah, it's a lot there. So
It
it's
is,
not negative.
but it's in different. Like
Mm.
I don't think that he would have broken up his entire family like this.
Well, Jim Duggar has but he has more control issues than Cody does. Like where Cody is like
And
very detached, Jim is very about his family. Like he's very
listen,
controlling of his family.
but Jim Duggar is smarter than Cody, and that's why it's working for him. If
Okay, look
Cody
at
was
Wendy's.
smart,
Look at Wendy's comment before you go
yeah,
on.
That's what I'm saying. He let the oldest boy molest. Yes, do that. Yes, he did. I don't know. I like that's. I don't know. I still think Cody's just as bad as him because there's no redemption. One of his kids is now gone, and you could all trace it back to Cody. Like none of his kids, his original kids, are really talking to him. Not even McKelty, the one saving grace he had. I don't know. He's turned his whole family against him. That's kind of weird. They're both despicable people. His kids, spouses, it's Crazyville. Not the ones who get away though. I think the ones that get away are like good, like Ginger. I love her. Anyway, let's get back to this. What else? Oh, then we mosey on over to Christine. Do I want to see this? No. Let's head over to Christine's house. And this was a great scene for me. I finally realized David's reason for coming into this family. And I'm so grateful that he's there for her. The way how he spoke to her, he's like, I really didn't know Garrison. Tell me about him. Tell me about him. You know, he knew about Garrison, but he wanted her to talk. And she told him about Garrison, what a lovely young boy. He liked fire and what he loved truly. He built her the garden box because he thought that Truly needed an outdoor activity. I swear Garrison was such a sweet child. And I loved it when she was like, you know, Peyton said he's in a better place. And she goes, no, he's not in a better place. A better place would be here with us. Real emotions. And then David shared about his wife. And it's been 14 years. And it's still difficult for him to talk about.
I mean,
Bless
that's the mother. That was the
David's
mother of his children.
Yes.
So, I
What he
mean,
said, how he had to tell them. Yeah, bless his heart.
oof,
I will never say another bad thing about the two of them being boring. Please make a note of this because I will forget it. But I think that he's there for a reason. And this was it.
agreed.
Yeah, this was it. Um, so it was sweet how they were talking together. Um, Um, and then hold on, I'm just gonna go to the. I'm gonna skip over Mary, but come back to her. This is what they did. Hold on, I don't have it up yet. They decided to do planter boxes like what Garrison did for Truly, and then they planted a willow tree, and it's called Sedona Midnight, which is Garrison's stripper name.
Okay, that had me screaming. I'm sorry. God forgive me. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just done.
But this was beautiful.
It was.
This was beautiful. They're out there. They and he. She said, "Let's do the planter boxes just like how Garrison did for." He's like, oh, "Okay, whatever you want." Put in the irrigation system and everything. I thought it was really I thought it was sweet. And she said what did she say? She said, and anytime I want to anytime anybody wants to go and talk to Garrison, they could go out by the willow tree, um, Sedona Midnight, and talk to Garrison. How sweet. How absolutely sweet. So yeah, that was nice. Anything else about their segment that I might have missed?
No, it was just very well done. And
Yeah.
like I said, this pretty much this whole episode, they could have just taken out Robin and Cody's segments and extended everyone else's. Like this episode would have been fantastic because they were not
Yeah.
needed.
No. No. And then we skip over to uh, Parawan, Utah, back to the former bed and breakfast. And these two old hens are sitting down talking. Oh, it's a teachable moment. Jen teaches Mary about the curtains match and the drapes. And but then we get down to the real conversation. Apparently Jen was there for Mary. She was that friend who was there for Mary right after she got the news about what happened. And apparently they were filming in Flagstaff, so we can place Janelle, Mary, and Cody and them all in Flagstaff due to filming at that time. And she asked Jen what to do, and Jen told her get some food and get over there and just be there with her. And Mary said, I couldn't think. I had to ask Jen. And when you get traumatic news like that you weren't expecting, thank God she has Jen. I will say that. Thank goodness. And that helped her. I think with her just going over there with the food and saying, I'm just going to be here, that shows you that as grown women, they always put aside their personal differences for the sake of the family. And it
Well,
also
that's what they
shows
oh, that's what they
me,
have always done. If you think
yep,
about it, those three, that's what
yep,
they've always done that. They've always put their differences aside for the
yep.
family.
Mm-hmm. And it also shows me that Cody was the only one who was punishing her for having one child. You notice he's the only one that ever brings it up. Well, she's only got one kid. She's only got one kid. Whereas the other women, they all talk about all of them being their kids or the kids. Like, mm-mm. So sad. And she's the one who said everybody was together except for one. And it took him passing to get everybody together. And that's heartbreaking, but it's also so like Garrison. Again, going back to that theme that he was the one that always made people welcome and brought people together. Um, each one of the OG3 kept to that narrative until not counting Dumbo and the other one. Christine says life goes on. Um, yeah. Cody does say something. He remembers him as being very funny. Let's see. Janelle remembers him and says that he always wanted to be working with his hands. He was very mindful of Truly. He would go over every day to see Saul and Ari, like all of the younger kids. Um, he was very like he looked after his younger siblings. I will say that, but he was
Yep.
wicked. He was wicked, and Christine said he had a naughty sense of humor, which I really did love. The tree that they planted in Garrison's honor was done on his birthday because remember his birthday was a few weeks after his passing, so I thought
Right.
that was sweet as well. Um, Cody did have a confessional where he said that sometimes out of the blue, the grief will overcome him, um, like some sort of anxiety attack, that he'll never see him again. There's so much left unsaid and so much left undone. He was in the same motherfucking city as this child. I cannot get over that part. And he's sitting down here saying this bullshit. Anyway. So then we jump. We do a time warp and we jump. It's 4 months later, and we head off. I guess all of the plans have been made, and we head off to Cody, Wyoming. And you're like, why are we in Cody when the dad's farm is in Lovell, I think it is? But no, we're in Cody,
Yes.
Wyoming. And this is the family vacation. We go to the ice cream parlor. We get a whole synopsis on all of the signs that Cody sold in this town. Um, what
That was stupid.
we go to the
That was
saddle
dumb.
store, and this is the sign that started his career. And we find out the price of saddles, and probably Cody buys 3. I don't know. We get a stagecoach ride. We try to go to a cowboy show, but it rains. And then they go into dinner, and it's a bunch of useless talk. But wait, I do have some pictures from that. Oh my God. This is how interested his children were in anything. It's like they spent the whole day out. They had to ram all of this in. I don't know what is wrong with the second girl. What is her name? Oh,
Brianna,
Brianna. What is wrong with her?
she's in that family. Next.
What is wrong with her? And then this girl, the big girl, looks constipated. She's like, why am I here? Why am I here? And what are we talking about? Saul just looks lost. Have we heard him say a word in 2 seasons?
I
I
think he got
cannot
banned from last season.
I cannot remember him speaking at all. It's just very weird. Then let's see. The next, thank God we didn't end with this stupid dinner. We go back to Janelle in Flagstaff because she's packing up Savannah. Hold on. Where is that image? I guess I didn't take it. Okay. Oh, yes, I did. They're packing up because apparently I was wondering where Savannah was living all this time, right? And Savannah was living in the last apartment that she shared with Savannah in Flagstaff. So she was going to school in Flagstaff at the university, and she was living in the apartment, which is really cool. She seems very responsible, leaving, 18, 19-year-old there by herself. But again, did Cody even know that she was by herself? Like,
No.
this is so crazy to me. But anyway, they're packing up that apartment, giving up the lease, and Savannah is moving to North Carolina. The house will be full, but Maddie says, come one, come all. We are saving up for our new houses that we are going to build on the farm. We bring everybody. So Janelle has
Okay.
decided she's giving everybody chores.
Here's the thing. Here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing though. How smart that was. Maddie's like, well, we're building our houses anyway, so might as well
Yeah.
save the money. See, if it was Cody would have went out there and either rented an apartment that he liked that was for too much money, or he got another like balloon loan payment doohickey on another house that they won't live in too long.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. Good job, Maddie. Good job.
Yep. Well, she's the one who said that her family did not know fiscal responsibility, and it was just living paycheck to paycheck or taxing return to tax return. She said they did not know anything about finance. That Caleb, I guess, had to teach her. Um, let's see. Wendy's front yard. It's rumored that K&R behavior at the memorial burned all bridges for the family reunion for Cody and the OG3. And you see, I heard these rumors too, Ryan, and that's
Yes.
why I feel that they would not have given him Garrison, because Garrison had everything set up with the military for Janelle
Hold on.
to.
I got some. Sorry to interrupt, but
Uh-huh,
I had it pulled up. I hate Instagram because it takes you out of where
mhm,
you work. So according
mhm,
to with our crystal ball now, she's
mhm,
not my favorite, but she stalks. I mean, reports on the sister wives like nobody's business. And I saw one of her posts, and here's what it says. All right. So basically, it's a exclusive Cody Brown was not listed on Garrison Brown's birth certificate, Garrison Brown's birth certificate, and left out Garrison's will. Okay, I mean, oh whatever. Okay, so basically, she says when Garrison passed away, he died with no father's birth certificate. A source that organized Garrison's memorial service for the Nevada National Guard reached out to Without Crystal Ball to share these details ahead of Cody using the service to pose as a grieving father, which goes back to what people are saying about him being fake. All right,
mhm,
so we already covered the birth certificate. Janelle was listed as Garrett's next of kin. Uh, Janelle was listed as power of attorney, which makes sense. Okay, this is the interesting part. Number four, an urn containing Garrison's remains was released to Janelle Brown and her sons.
mhm,
Not Cody. Um, Garrison did not name Cody in his will at all. No, so basically no insurance payments for him. Cody wasn't involved in any of the planning of the memorial service in Nevada. The family asked that the family asked he and TLC not attend. Robin was not invited because Garrison despised her for what she did to the family. Okay, Cody and Robin only showed up because they brought TLC caramels. Cody and Robin were mic'd up when they arrived. Okay, no one talked to Cody or Robin when they arrived. Cody and Robin spoke to the TLC crew. Cody wanted to send this to Janelle to get attention as the grieving father, and he was told no. Cody was there to film his storyline of a man losing his son and his family mistreating his wife, which TLC filmed. Cody was upset that he didn't get Garrison's flag or medals. Janelle was Garrison's next of kin. She got the flag, yes.
mhm,
The overall tone was that people blamed Cody and Robin for contributing to Garrison's declining mental health. The family tried to honor Garrison privately, knowing how he felt about the show, but Cody disregarded those wishes. Cody and Robin arrived at the event acting like show ponies and celebrities, and the entire mood of the memorial dramatically changed once they arrived. And this is sourced by Without a Crystal Ball. I'm reading from one of her Instagram posts. Like I said, she's not one of my favorites, but when it comes down to sister wives stuff, she's generally accurate. So, so putting that together with what the speculation was in the chat and what you said, I
mhm.
completely agree. Like this is all for show. There was nothing real about it.
But if we go back to look at the pictures that we showed from the military memorial, you had
Mhm.
Janelle sitting at the end of the row, Hunter sitting next to her. His body language had his back to the other people down the aisle with his arm protectively over her. And then you had Logan directly behind him shooting daggers at the row in front, right? Where Janelle and Hunter were. Next to Hunter
Mhm.
was an old lady. I'm not sure who she was, but she had to be a grandma. And then you had Robin and Cody. And Cody is touching Robin's leg. Why was he so far away? And why was Hunter so protective over his mom, shielding his mom from his father? And why was Logan doing point man in the row behind? It's very, very interesting. Something went down at that memorial. Um, it's so sad. It's so sad that he's so well, both of them, Cody and Robin, are so self-serving. Y'all know they gave Cody some ashes from the charcoal grill and did to thank you, Tracy. I hope they did. I hope they gave some from the Hoover as well. Let him get all the garbage. Um, that's so sad. Why does he have to be that way? Because he's struggling to make a dollar right now. That's the honest truth. Um, Tracy says also often folks will split the ashes amongst family members, so I'm wondering if they split the ashes and just aren't telling the public. I don't know. It would be nice if they gave some to at least the moms, the
Yes.
OG3. I think it would be nice if they did. Um, I wonder if we'll see any TLC footage or if the family said absolutely not and didn't let the cameras in. I But you know, if they don't show the internment next week, I'll be okay with it. I'll be okay with it. Um Oh, welcome Tracy. Now we got two Tracys. Nice. Garrison was longing for his dad. Let's just be real. Yep.
No, he was. No, we know he was.
Mm-hmm.
He and Gabe, and it was so sad when just Cody
Mm-hmm.
just didn't do what he needed to do.
Yep. Cody was probably pissed he didn't get to hold Garrison's flag as well. I think he wanted the flag and the medal so that he could show them off. But where were they going to end up? In a hot ass garage. I think it's so symbolic that Cody cannot bring his son into his home, even in a picture. Where in Robin's house do you see any pictures of all of the family? Where?
Nowhere. They don't exist.
And the rest of the women have those mementos of all the children. She should be ashamed of herself. She really should be ashamed of herself to present herself on our screens for these past two episodes.
That's
And
why I didn't like
everybody.
these. That's why I did not like Robin. That's why she really. And I don't normally get too bothered by her. I can kind of take her or
Mm-hmm,
leave her.
mm-hmm,
But this episode particularly just irked me because when she came on my screen, the first thing I said, I'm like, why are you here? Because and maybe I'm wrong, but I even told my mother this. I said, I don't want anyone in my funeral who I don't like and who don't like me. So in this situation, when Robin's talking about Garrison and all that stuff, like
mm-hmm.
this man did not like you.
Yeah.
You did not care much for him. So why are
Mm-hmm,
you behaving this way? Things like that irk me because it's fake and phony. It's one
mm-hmm,
thing to be fake and fraudulent when the person is living. That's one thing. But when the person passes, there's no longer a reason for you to do that, and you need to just remain respectful. And the most respectful thing you could do in this situation, Rob, is keep your mouth shut, because you were not
mm-hmm,
really involved in raising that young man. You contributed nothing to this family but debt and more debt. So at this is the time, you could at least use your common sense and say, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out. But Robin needs her camera time, so she's gonna say what she has to say, what she feels like, what she needs to say. Like, I would have respected her so much more if she just said nothing. Like,
yeah.
just left it alone. I mean, just leave it alone.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna give the flag to the next of kin,
I know.
and probably who the member of the military listed as the person to call an emergency or whatever, and that's her. She was on she was on his house. So she got the proceed. I think she's the executor of his will. So she got to
Yeah.
dissolve the estate. Um, she got the insurance policy because more than likely military get an insurance payout, especially when it's situations like this. Um, and they came sniffing around to shake out the coins out of a purse. Shame on them. Shame on them. According, Gwen wanted Mary next to her. Well, Mary did comfort that child when she was up in McMansion. Because remember, Mary said as soon as she walked in, Gwen ran to her. And that's after Gwen had to call her dad and ask for permission to come over after hearing the worst news of her life. And he gave her permission to come over. And they probably made her feel like an outsider.
I agree.
I think it's interesting that someone said that McKelty was also over there with Mary. Now I know why Gwen was over there, because she probably did not want to be on the same side as Peyton, because you know they had their thing going on. But at least they showed up to the same event, thank God. Because remember, she wouldn't go to her mother's wedding because Peyton was there. We got to grow up, Gwen. McKelty notoriously does not get along with Mary. So she must have heard what had happened and said she didn't want to be on the same side as Cody and Robin. So she would rather sit next to someone that she couldn't stand, Mary, than be on the side with Cody and Robin. Very interesting.
But to the
Very.
kids' credit, I will say this: no matter how they fought and how they fight, they always stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Like they stick together.
Yep.
And I think the kids get that from the mamas, because the mamas are the same way. Yeah, we may not
Mm-hmm.
like each other right now, but we gotta work together for this family.
Yep.
And like Janelle said, the fact that the kids stuck together is
They
a
raised them
testament to
as
them.
siblings. Yes, they
Yes,
tried their best to raise them as siblings, and it worked. It
agreed.
did. You know, I agree with you, Tracy. Why can't Garrison's picture be in the house, not in the garage? Robin just isn't a human being at all. You know that picture is going to deteriorate faster out there, in unless their garage is temperature controlled. And I don't know whose garage is. What they live in a mansion, so maybe it is. But that picture is going to deteriorate. It really is. When he said it will always hang in the garage. I just heated up. Yes. I was thoroughly grossed out by Cody's behavior. I find it difficult to participate in the discussion. Don't worry, Stephen. Don't worry. We're going to talk for you. We're going to say all the bad words, all the cursey words. Wasn't it Gwen who for years has accused Mary of abuse, and now she's her biggest cheerleader? Did she? I thought she was accusing Peyton. Jamal, do you know about this? Ooh, Jamal? I guess Jamal has to step away, but we'll figure it out. Thank you for telling us that. Just remind us so I remember. Um, oh, it was McKelty. Oh, I know Gwen had a problem with Peyton, and I know McKelty had a problem with Mary, and Maddie had a problem with Mary too. So I don't know. I don't know. And where was Garrison's urn? In the trunk of the car, because you know Robin wasn't going to ride around with the urn in the car with all those kids in the car. She's just Tracy. Oh my God. No surprise they don't have any pictures of the kids in the house. No room with all the art. That's it. Yes. I forgot about that. I forgot about that, Wendy. I wish those older girls would grow up and say, these are my brothers and sisters, and I want to see them. I Were they at the funeral? Does anyone remember whether the two big girls in Dayton were at the funeral? That's interesting. Very interesting. That point was very confusing. I mean, McKelty is the one who hints more at Mary being a bad person in the past, but Gwen had things to say as well. I think Peyton did too. It was a bunch of them that came out all around the same time saying things about Mary being a little bit more of a disciplinarian. Um, they always give it to mothers first if there's no spouse. Yeah, but it's also always supposed to be about him. They know they'd be thrown out if they said anything like that. It'd be disloyal. Tracy says, if I remember correctly, and it could have changed, I believe even if there is a spouse or dad, the flag always goes to the mom if possible at a military service. I could be wrong though. Oh, I don't know the proper order of things, but that's very interesting. Wow. Um, oh, I see what you're saying, Ryan. Yes, if the person who's died has a spouse, then yes, it goes to the spouse first, then the children, then the mom. Ah, ha, ha. Okay. Smarter people than me are in the chat. She probably also collects saddles now after this trip. Jesus, I can't. Um, Hold on. Let's get to this last scene. And this was at the Chanel and Savannah after packing up the apartment. Um, Savannah takes her mom down to the Humane Society and they go to see the memorial room set up for oh, for Garrison. So when he passed, remember, Janelle told us that he went back to nursing school. So all of his schoolmates and friends were asking, where can we donate? And she didn't know. So off the top of her head, she said the Humane Society because that's where he got all of his little kitty cats. And they got $25,000 in the few months after his passing, and for the whole month of March, they it allowed them to do 36 adoptions, and the adoption fee was done in Garrison's name. So the adoptive parents of the kitties did not have to pay for it, and they put up this plaque in the kitty adoption room where potential kitty parents can come and spend time and get to know their animals, and it will be there as long as the center is there. And bless Janelle's heart when she walked in and the receptionist said, "Can I help you?" And she was like, "Savannah, talk. I can't talk." Bless her heart. This woman is struggling through this. She says, "I'm
Yes.
good." Yeah. Ooh, yay. What did she say? She says, "I'm good." And she goes, "No, I'm not good. I'm fine until I have to talk." This woman. Oh my God. What'd you think about this scene?
Oh, to me, I loved it, and I liked it because it was honest. Like, she walked in
Mm-hmm.
and she tried to talk, and so she started talking. She's like, "No, I can't do it." Savannah handled that for me,
Mm-hmm.
and they went. And the room is really nice. I love the plaque. Uh, we have like when we were at my grandmother's, we have like, a bunch of cats. And I say a bunch of cats, I mean a bunch of cats. Um, and so that kind of hit home. I was like, oh. And he had to read. It's so funny that his family um would tell him, don't get another cat. Like if you go to like the cat shelter or the humane society, he's like, I'm going to the cat shelter. They're like, don't get another cat. And then he would call
Mm-hmm.
them, guess what? I got another cat. And they'd be like, Garrison. And it's interesting, like everyone talked about the cats except for Cody and Robin, and that says something because
They
his
probably
cats
didn't
were
know.
he. My point. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all trying to sell this good hit TV and this good cable, and try to play like, oh my god, he meant so much to us. Doesn't really play well since you didn't mention the cats. At least that's just my personal take because they were a big part of his life. He loved them like kids, basically.
Tracy, oh my God. Tracy says Robin has Cody on all fours and wearing a saddle. Jesus. But I just showed a picture of all the kittens. The first one was Cathew, and then Puddles or Patches or something. And then
Patches.
yeah, and then this last one he got a few weeks before his passing. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Oh my God. But the siblings are taking care of them. Gabe has Cathew. Um, Logan has Patches, right? And who took the third one? Who took the final one? Someone did.
Oh, someone did. Yeah, it's one of the siblings.
Yeah, they all split up the kitties, and they will keep the kitties for him. And we also saw poor little Gabe. Um, you know, it's so sad that this poor child. But yeah, then we have like I thought this scene was so cute at the end of the episode where everybody is rushing him to give him big hugs. And fair use, fair use. Yes, I know I took this snapshot, but fair use. This is educational purposes to show that this child was loved. And he brought so much joy to all of us. Anything else in the episode?
No, that was it. Like I said, minus Cody and Robin, we was good.
Yeah. This. Oh, I like when Janelle says that her emotions are so complex. She's excited about all of the good that has come from, the tragedy, until it hits. And she just doesn't know how to explain, her emotions just being all over the place. And that was brutally honest. Because for years we've been looking at her like this very stoic, unemotional person. And we're finally seeing this woman ripped open. It's crazy. How does he have a huge fancy garage for the RV? So maybe it will be there, but still a picture of my child, alive or not, in a garage does not compute. Well, he's got multiple garage. He has a separate garage for the RV, and then he has the multi-car garage. So we don't even know where that poor child is. Did he even frame his garage poster of Garrison? I think the military gave it to them framed. Because I think it's the one that was at the military funeral. So he must have ran and stole that. Um, please say the things for me. Oh, I will. I will. Gwen did accuse Peyton of some sort. Yes, she did. But also she mirrored what was being said by McKelty when Peyton gave an interview. They all said, "Ooh." When he said garage, I started crying. Yeah, so disrespectful. So disrespectful. When Robin came into the family, Robin said Mary was doing. Oh, she did, and no one said anything more about it. Ooh. Didn't Gabe say those girls wouldn't even talk to him when he'd see them at college? Yep. And Savannah said the same thing too.
Yeah, and because remember, Gabe said it was weird because they used to talk all the time when they were in high
Yep.
school.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. She never brings them around. Didn't see Robin's kid in any of the pictures. I thought so. I thought so. This was the actual memorial. I don't believe any of Robin's tenders were at Garrison's memorial service. Wow. Cathew cracks me up. What a great name for a cat. Someone said they photoshopped Buttons into that pic with him with Kathy and Patches. Oh, really? Oh, Buttons was the last cat. Oh,
Yeah.
well, Buttons was so new. I wonder if Robin gets heckled in the town they live in. I think people ignore her. I thought this was a great scene to end the episode. It really showed how many lives Garrison's touched. Yeah, it did. And it showed that he was loved. Although he felt alone at the very end, he was loved. Mm. Yes, Kathy was beautiful. Did y'all catch Ari giving another kid the stink eye when they went into either the saddle shop or the restaurant? Oh my God, no. I try not to look at that child because I don't want to say anything bad about a minor, and I know that I will. Oh God. I think Gabe Logan Aspen took Aspen. That's the other one who took the cats. Thank you, Wendy. I'm happy that Truly finally has an emotionally available dad. Yes. And not someone that is so hyper. Like Cody, I felt like Cody was so hyper all the time, yelling, screaming, running, dancing, like getting aggravated. David is very monotone. And I think that's perfect for Truly because she's the same way. She never gets excitable, nothing. Her and David communicate perfectly. Gabe has aged at least a decade after finding. Yes. Oh my God, my heart breaks for Gabe. He looks so much older and he's traumatized. So, yes, I can see why. I'm glad he was in therapy. Yes, before this happened and is continuing his therapy. It really can help. Yes, I agree with you. I was thinking that too, looking at him in that still. Hi, Sark 2. It's the funeral picture. Not Cody stealing from the funeral. They probably do anything things too. Oh my God. All the kids said that in their interviews that Robin called Mary out for some kind. Oh, I didn't know that. He looks so broken. They all do. Depression runs deep in Janelle's family. Oh no. Oh, I wonder if the religion has anything to do with it. Probably. Hi, Jamal. That's from Sark too. Oh, that makes my heart hurt. Yes, Garrison was loved, and I wish he could have just remembered that he was loved and did so much good. I hope on some level he knows that now. I think he always did know that. I think he always did know that. Being fundamentalists, they often scoff at mental health. Cody trying to teach Truly how to ride a bike. Yes, yes. Oh my God, yes. She went into a meltdown within minutes of being with her dad. He was so aggressive and so like he was pushing her too much. He wasn't listening. Oh, how rude. It's sad that this isn't even going to change. No, no, it isn't. So done. It will not. And this is like the first time that I'm really seeing their narcissism, um, because they're so deep into it. They really think that this is okay.
Right.
They really think this is okay. And how on God's green earth did he think oh my God, these two episodes are so infuriating with him and Robin, but whatever. um anything else that we need to go over with this?
No, we hit everything.
Well, next week is probably going to be a mess for me. It's going to be a mess for me. These two episodes were spectacular on TLC standards. Even showing Cody and Robin is just showing them for the persons that they really are. Like
Right.
the masks are off, the gloves are off, and we are seeing who these bitches are. Um, It's like they don't have the capacity to be empathetic or to have self-reflection. It must be like having a monster for a parent. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Tracy. Um, Thank you so much. Like I dread next week. I really do, but I hope Janelle makes it beautiful. Um, but yeah, I think, and then I think after that it'll go straight into the tell-alls because it'll be 3 episodes, and then I think it'll go into the tell-all. What do you think, Jamal?
I think that's the way it should go. So I'm
Hmm.
not sure. I think to be completely honest, I think this is the way this season should end. It should end here.
Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. We really appreciate the discussion. I know this isn't our normal evening, but we're trying to fit another show into the schedule. So we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us to talk about this show because it's an important subject, and you know you're not alone. You're just not alone. If you're feeling this way, please text, what is it, 988, or contact
Hmm.
like the National Suicide Hotline, and therapy. Or if you can't do the therapy, talk to your friend. You always have that one friend who will always listen to you. I bet Cody will walk off set during the tell all, and I would dock his pay. I would dock his pay. He walks off at the tamest question. That's why they can't keep a host. I don't think he has that power anymore. Um, what day is Polly Family? Tomorrow. So tomorrow is Thousand Pound Sisters and Polly Family. For the East Coast, it's 9 p.m. for Tammy and them, and 10 p.m. for the Polly Family. So I'm gonna be watching. Jamal, are you gonna be watching?
Oh, you know I'm watching, especially going on Reddit. Good lord.
I was
I
flooding
mean,
Jamal with everything that was coming out on Reddit.
I set up with the alerts just for that Reddit. It's just so I could just be alerted because just I'm just at a loss for words.
Oh my God. It's crazy. Well, don't worry, Stephen. We understand. We know that you're one of our top contributors, but this is a hard subject with horrible people involved. Um, and Tracy, we encourage you to come back to our other shows. We're a lot more upbeat with the other two trash shows. So coming over and join our little chit chat. And let's see. Uh, y'all are so sweet talking and welcoming each other. You mean our shows? What do you mean? I don't know. I've lost that. But thank you, Ryan. Definitely ready for the mess. Oof. Tammy's friend Steven is a drag queen named Summer Malone. I think I saw you say that somewhere. Yes, thank you for reminding us of that. Remind us again tomorrow, not tomorrow, Thursday or Friday when we do those shows. Those shows air tonight. Wait, it's Tuesday. Oh, I lost track of the days. Is today Tuesday? Yes, it is.
Yeah, I thought we are just gonna do them earlier in the week. I was like, okay, I'm down
No,
because this shit is a mess.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all know that work has been a hot mess for me. I am sorry. I don't know what day it is. I'm just going to blame it on being old. Um, yes, it's coming. Both of those shows are coming on tonight. Please watch them. Our recaps. Aw, thank you, Ryan.
Like, you know, Ryan's asking like what day is our recap. So we're
Oh, I don't
guys,
know.
we're
Either
doing them on Thursday, right?
Thursday and Friday.
Oh, we want to do Thursday and Friday, or just do two and one?
We can't do 2 and 1. We don't know until we watch them how much of a mess they're going to be.
True. Because I'll talk to you. I'll ping you with my schedule because I have
Okay.
something come up. That's all.
Alrighty. So if you need to do 2 on Thursday, we can do that as well.
Or we can do one tomorrow, one Thursday. That works perfectly, actually. But it's up to you. Tell me what your schedule is, and I can make it work.
You can do tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm free like Monday through Thursday at this time.
Okay. We might have a
Yeah.
plan.
All
Polyfamily
right.
tonight. Okay, guys. So now that we've got the schedule figured out, see, this is now you've been included in the behind the scenes of our little channel here. That's why I was so confused. Oh, sorry. Now I'm confused. Um, okay. You know Jamal has to straighten me out. Come on now. Um, so let's reassemble here. I'm going to try to do this Wednesday and Thursday. That means I have to actually do some work tonight. Oh my God. You all have 2 episodes of Poly Family to recap, 2 and 3. Yes, we do. Jamal, have you watched episode 2 yet?
Oh no, that's gonna be tomorrow. Like commute. That's my commute watch. Is my TLC shows. I just sit on the
Okay.
bus and just watch them as because just the rate that took me out.
All right. So we're going to do 2 and 3 for Poly Family.
Yeah,
Okay. So what I'll do is we could do that Thursday, and then since Tammy is only one show, we could do that tomorrow,
yeah,
and that'll give you time to catch up. Sound good?
yes. Thank you.
Awesome. See, Ryan is our producer because she's telling us how we got to catch up. Episode 3 is tonight. Yes. All right, guys. So you have your homework. Come on back tomorrow and Thursday, and we'll talk about the 2 other Trash Box shows. I cannot wait to hear your response to Poly Family. It's just going downhill real fast. Both couples are
Down the
so
hill,
unlikable.
down the hill into the sewer around. Yeah.
But Wendy, I kind of like Tyler. I kind of like Tyler. Thank you, producer Ryan.
But can we really like Tyler after what we found out and like what he's allowed? Like, can we really like
Oh,
Tyler?
yeah. I need an
You know?
explanation. I need to know. I need to know if he didn't check these people out.
Thank you.
I need to know.
I'm sorry, as a grown ass man, how you letting another grown ass man lay up in your house, sleeping with your wife, and he not contributing? That's what I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And talking to you crazy about parenting your child that you
Mhm.
your sperm and your wife birthed. I need answers.
I don't know. They said they agreed to parent together, but it just seems like Sean, I'm remembering his name. Sean is trying to govern unilaterally in that household. It's very weird. I only like Tyler because the other 3 are horrible. I agree with you on that, Wendy. I have similar sentiments, and he seems likable. But yeah, so guys, we'll reassemble here next time. Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right, guys. Bye.